Carbide burr projects, leveraging the precision and versatility of tungsten carbide rotary tools for tasks like grinding, deburring, and shaping materials from metals to composites, often begin on a small scale in home workshops or garages, where a single burr attached to a basic dremel handles one-off creations such as custom knife handles or jewelry engravings. But scaling up to larger operations requires a strategic transition that amplifies output while maintaining quality and safety. This evolution from solitary, handheld endeavors to batch processing in professional or semi-industrial settings involves not just more tools, but refined workflows that optimize time, resources, and tool life, turning a hobbyist's weekend project into a production run capable of fulfilling orders for dozens or hundreds of items. In areas like Mason, Ohio, with its proximity to manufacturing hubs around Cincinnati, scaling might mean evolving from personal fabrication for local farmers markets to supplying custom parts for regional automotive or aerospace suppliers, where efficiency becomes key to profitability. The process demands assessing project demands, such as material volume, tolerance requirements, and turnaround times, then layering in upgrades like multiple burr sets, jigs for repeatability, and safety protocols to handle increased dust and vibration, ensuring the transition feels incremental rather than overwhelming. Transitioning project sizes starts with evaluating the scope. Small-scale work, limited to 1 to 5 pieces per session, relies on a single rotary tool and manual guidance, ideal for prototyping a wooden sculpture or deburring a single aluminum bracket. But as volumes grow to 10 to 50 units, the focus shifts to standardization to avoid repetitive strain and inconsistencies. Verbal tips for this phase include batching similar tasks, group all roughing passes with coarse single-cut burrs before switching to fine double-cut for finishing, to minimize tool changes, which can save 20 to 30% of time. Invest in a second rotary tool early to alternate during cooldowns, preventing heat buildup that dulls carbide edges prematurely, and use simple jigs like wooden clamps or 3D-printed holders to secure workpieces, ensuring uniform depths across items. For efficiency, track metrics like cuts per minute, aim for 50 to 100 on soft metals, and incorporate dust extraction from the outset, as airborne particles from scaled grinding can obscure vision and pose health risks. Tool multiples become essential here. Stock 3 to 5 burrs per shape, e.g., 3 burrs per shape, cylindrical for flats, ball for curves, to rotate usage, extending individual life from 50 hours to 200 plus by distributing wear and label them for quick swaps. This foundational scaling builds confidence, allowing hobbyists to test market demand with small batches before committing to larger investments like pneumatic grinders for sustained power. As projects expand to large-scale operations, handling 100-plus units or continuous production, batch processing emerges as the cornerstone, transforming ad hoc grinding into streamlined assembly lines that leverage carbide burrs for high-volume deburring of engine components or contouring furniture parts. In this stage, efficiency hinges on workflow segmentation. Divide the project into stations, such as one for initial roughing with multiple cylindrical burrs on dedicated tools, another for detailing with flame-shaped variants, and a final inspection area, enabling parallel processing where teams or automated aids handle simultaneous pieces. Verbal tips emphasize tool multiples scaled to throughput, maintain 10 to 20 burrs in rotation, using inventory software to track usage and predict replacements based on material abrasiveness, e.g. do titanium dulls 2 times faster than aluminum, and integrate speed controllers to match RPM, 15,000 for steel batches, across tools for consistency. For large runs, adopt fixturing systems like CNC-compatible vices or conveyor setups to feed parts sequentially, reducing handling time by 40%. Incorporate coolant mists for heat management in prolonged batches, preventing thermal warping, and conduct mid-run quality checks with calipers to maintain tolerances under 0.01 inches. Safety scales too. Use enclosed stations with HEPA filtration to contain dust from multiplied operations, and rotate personnel to combat fatigue, ensuring the burr's precision yields uniform results without bottlenecks. Illustrating this transition, envision a scaling flowchart as a horizontal progression. At the left, the small-scale node depicts a single rotary tool icon with one burr, branching arrows showing manual steps like prototype 1 to 5 pieces, leading to a time estimate of 2 to 4 hours per item, with efficiency tips overlaid as bullet-like notes, e.g., single tool rotation. The flowchart flows rightward to the medium-scale midpoint, a branching hub with 2 tool icons and multiple burr symbols, pathways diverging into batch 10 to 50 units, with jigs illustrated as clamp shapes, timeline bars compressing from hours to 1 to 2 days total, and verbal annotations like tool multiples, 3 to 5 burrs per shape for wear distribution. Culminating at the right in large scale, the diagram expands into a networked web of 5+ tool icons connected by conveyor lines, centralizing batch 100+ units with automated nodes for roughing and finishing, efficiency metrics graphed as rising curves, e.g., output from 5 per day to 200+ per day, and tips narrated in callouts such as parallel stations, reduce cycle time by 40% with fixturing. This visual narrative maps the evolution, with color-coded paths, blue for small manual flows, green for medium standardization, and orange for large automation, highlighting how each stage builds on the last, turning Carbide burr projects from intimate crafts to industrial endeavors. Efficiency and scaling also involves material and cost management, where verbal tips guide sustainable growth, source burrs in bulk from suppliers for 20 to 30% savings, and experiment with hybrid setups like attaching burrs to drill presses for stationary batch work, bridging manual and semi-automated phases without full CNC overhauls. For tool multiples, prioritize versatility. Stock shapes like tree for contours and oval for blending to cover 80% of tasks, and implement a maintenance rotation, cleaning flutes after every 10 pieces to sustain sharpness. In Mason, Ohio's maker community, this scaling might align with local events like craft fairs evolving into supplier contracts, where batch processing ensures timely delivery without quality dips. Ultimately, scaling Carbide burr projects demands a mindset shift from creation to production, with flowcharts serving as roadmaps to navigate the journey, empowering users to expand ambitiously while harnessing the burr's precision for enduring success.